I am Kara and welcome to my channel if you haven't been here. I have the MAC palette today to try out and show you guys some swatches, and then I'll do a demo on my hooded eyes, so I will of course include hooded eye tips. It comes in a plain black box. MAC's packaging is always very simple but sleek. Very kind of, you know, contemporary and sleek, and it's pretty. Here's the palette. Has the plastic on it. Ooh. That makes quite the sound. There we go. Ooh, I like this. In the flesh. I kind of like how that's done. Even though it's no big deal. It's just, I don't know. I like something about it. I like these MAC shadows. These are right up my alley with the browns and the neutrals. I love these kinds of tones. Yellows, golds, blacks, grays, taupey colors. They just, I don't know, I'm so drawn to them. This palette does not have a mirror. That's, oh, it has a sheet protector. Jeez, I didn't even see that. Okay, so there's no mirror. That's interesting. This is an expensive palette. I did get a fantastic deal on it with the rebate and everything, but I'm surprised there's no mirror. Not even a sliver of one. Okay, well, that gets, I take a point. I deduct a point for that. There should be a mirror, especially with a palette this size, but it's MAC. They can get away with it, right? Okay, I do like MAC formulas. I had their 9x9 in purple. It was a purple palette. Other than that, this is my only other MAC eyeshadows. So I am going to swatch them for you now, and then I will do the hooded eye tutorial and use some of my favorites that I'm you know, looking at these, kind of salivating over which ones I want to use already. Okay. Ow! Ooh, the lid just pinched me. Little bug. I am going to go, now there's no individual names, so I am just going to go across the row. And there are 15 of these, so, you know, it could take me just a couple minutes. All right, so let's get going here. Move my mirror back. First one. This pretty kind of champagne color. Ooh, that's very light. Ooh, that's completely skin tone. Okay. I'm just going to go as far as I can, and then I will wipe off and start anew. That's beautiful. That's just a touch darker than my skin. I like that. What a very beautiful, that's very eye brightening. Oh, it's got a really pretty, very, very faint shimmer, or sheen, I should say. I don't think the camera will pick that up because the light in here is daylight, and it's kind of, you know, hard sometimes if it's not coming through the window just right, and I have to adjust the blinds so that it's not washing everything out. But yeah, that's really pretty. This is so silky too. Where'd it go? I lost it. There it is. I'm going to move along to the next one, but look at on my finger. Do you see that pretty sheen? That's absolutely gorgeous. Love the palette, and I'm one color in. Okay, next color is a kind of a peachy gold tone. Where's my other one? Oh my goodness. I don't want to overlap. Here we go. That's, again, a very fleshy peachy tone. So, so pretty. It's a little bit easier to see than the other one. Okay, next one is still a flesh tone. These all have such a gorgeous sheen to them. This one's a little bit pinky now. Ooh, it's going to be a little bit harder to see. It looks a little pinky, but also looks a little bit deeper peach. Kind of, you know, skin toned again. Oh, they're so pretty. Yeah, that's really, really nice. Oh, I'm excited to try this on my eyes. Okay, next one is a matte taupe. These are, oh my goodness, look at them together. Can't you just see the eye that you can create already? I don't know, I just get excited for these colors because they're very soft and understated, but they make a huge statement once they're on. They're beautiful. And one last one for this upper corner, upper row. This is a shimmer. It's a taupe shimmer. Now let's see if you can pick up the... Can you grab that camera? Okay, well, it's just very, very, very light shimmer. See it on my finger maybe? Yeah, you can see it better on my finger. I should just swatch these all on my finger and save a whole lot of time. Alright, so that's the top row. I'm going to go right across the middle row now. This one is kind of a, almost a beige, like a gray beige. Yeah, they're definitely named appropriately, being called In the Flesh, because they are very flesh toned. I'm pale, and these, can you, jeez, that one's a tough one to see too. Absolutely stunning on the eyes though. You know, the swatches might look way too faint, but once you put these on your eye, you'd be amazed at how they blend and brighten. That one's really hard to see. I'll show it to you on my finger. It's like a it almost looks like it could have a slightly lavender undertone, but it's really kind of a grayish beige. Well, okay, I'm going to move along because that's not going to appear on my arm very well. Light pink. Boy, these are tough for swatching. Okay, there you go. You can grab some color now. Oh my gosh, but they're so pretty. Next one is a little bit deeper of a purpley mauve gray. Looks similar to some that are in the Bare Minerals, Bare Essentials palette. I love that palette. Okay, there's that one. Packages are tumbling. Alright, next one is a really gorgeous brown gold shimmer. Very, very pretty. Ooh, wow. That one had some payoff. And still tons on my finger. Wow. Maybe I wiped a little too hard. I hate when I do that. I don't want to gouge my precious eyeshadow palettes. Alright, next one is, it's a shimmer as well. Grayish purpley one that I did right there. But this one looks like the same color, but it has a shimmer to it. Yep, it pretty much is the same color, but it does have a shimmer. This one's a little harder coming off the pan. There we go. That's looking a little patchy. There we go. See, just needed a little blending. Alright, so those are the first two rows. Can I squeeze in the last one? I think I can. Okay, very, very, very pale gray, matte. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, I just went over that other one. Let me put that one back on. Here's the shimmer. Okay, here's the gray. Then it's a little bit next step up for a gray, a little darker. Very, 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 very nice. These are going to show up on your eyes because I'm wiping it on my arm. You can barely see it there, but they're sticking to my finger. So, you know that when you actually apply them to your eyelid, well, you'll see. I'm going to demo them. It's a very rich, deep gray, matte. This one has a slight bit of a blackish brownish tone matte. These look very similar, but they're not. This one is a brown gray, and this one was a charcoal gray. This one is very pretty. Ooh, what a gorgeous smoky eye you're going to be able to do with these. Oh, my arm. My arm, my arm. Okay, last one. Your basic black. That is one highly pigmented, deep, rich black. There we go. Okay. we've got them all 15. Fit right across here like that. Starting with way down here, that poor little flesh tone. Let me just lift up the palette and see if you can try to see, maybe if I hold it this way, if you can pick up the colors. So they are gorgeous. And let me tell you, in the flesh has got it going on. Yeah, I like that. I want to show you them compared to their neutral palette. The warm neutral 15 eyeshadow palette. This one, the warm neutral, because they do look similar, but they're not. Kind of like the Wish List and Bare Sensuals palettes. They kind of looked really similar, but not at all. Very different tones. This one, ooh, that's gorgeous too. This one has more, these are warm, it's the warm neutral palette. The warm neutral palette is on the top and the In the Flesh is on the bottom. So you can see the differences. The bottom one is definitely more, it's paler, it's cooler, and it has not the rosy tones and not quite the gold tones that the top one, the warm neutral palette, does. So again, you know, soft, similar neutrals, whoops, but very different in tone. I'm going to start my demo with my hooded eyes. Okay, so for my base, I'm going to try that really, really pretty one that, you know, was so hard to see on the end. And this is my Sigma Tapered Blended E40. So I'm just going to coat. See, you can see them on the eye. They look so different. Well, this is a shimmer, which I kind of actually forgot. But even though it's a shimmer, which I just, you know, I noticed as I'm applying it, it's not bad. It's not really drawing attention to any, it's, well, because, I'm sorry, it's a slight shimmer. It's more of a sheen. It's just very light drawing. And I need that for my hooded eyes. Okay, so there's my base. Okay, for my transition, I am using Sigma E55. And I think I will try, let's see, maybe, oh my gosh, so much to choose from. I think I'll do this one, and then I'll do that one for my crease. So let me just get a little bit on here. And for hooded eyes, you want to diminish the fact that, you know, you don't have a crease, so you want to create a crease. And at the same time that you're deepening to make a shadow for a crease, you want to brighten the lower part so that it draws attention to the fact that you have a mobile area of your lid. So with the transition shade, I go up onto my, just onto my brow bone, because my crease will be made just under that. We have to go up higher than most people do. And I come all the way over, I slightly arch it, not too much, and then I pull it down into a pike, angled into the corner of my eye, pull it right down into that pike and move it about halfway over. And that just sets your crease nicely, so there's a smooth transition between your base, your eyebrow, and then your base color, and then your crease color. It just melds everything together. Okay, my crease brush. I like a matte for my creases. Prefer a matte. If I don't have one, I'll work with whatever I have to work with, but I am going to use that pretty little taupey color right there. Gosh, I wish these had names, but anyways, I'm working all in the same row so far. So I'm going to, keeping my eye open, I'm going to trace and press just under my brow bone, where a natural crease would define the eyeball socket from the brow bone. And then I pull it down and I go just inside the corner, quarter of the way inside the corner. Keeping your eyes open. Then you can see, and you want to be able to see where you're defining a crease and creating that depth and shadow. So doing this, you know, applying this technique with your eye open is kind of critical to make sure you're placing it in the right spot. Alright, right up under that bone, 3/4 of the way over, and then down into my pike and about 1/4 of the way over. Now I'm lifting up my eye, I'm drawing attention upward. I am diminishing the fold that dips down here, and I'm making that almost invisible. Almost. Just really shading that out. These blend. Oh, these are dreamy. I must admit, MAC does a great job. Alright, there is my crease. Good from what I can see right here. I might have to go up and lighten up under my brow a little bit. My Sigma E60, and I'm going to brighten up the inner lower portion, and for that I am going to use this gorgeous peachy yellow right there next to it. So I've used only the top row. Okay. Ooh, oh my gosh, love it. That is amazing. Can you see it like I can see it? So, so beautiful. Okay, so I am putting this down along the mobile part of my lid and halfway up, pulling it over into that corner where I used my transition shade. Oh, I put a big dig. When it fell, it landed on something. That makes me very sad. Okay, so there it is on the brush again, like I tried to show you before. Picks up a ton. Okay, got my mascara on, and these shadows are really, really nice. They blend so perfectly together, just seamlessly. I'm gonna actually go down under my eye with, I wanted to try one of the taupey colors down under my eye. So, and then I'll put some mascara on down under there. My little liner brush. I am first going to start with this, the one that I use for my crease. That beautiful brown. I gotta get in close for this. Let's see if I can move that mirror a little closer. There we go. And so I'm drawing along my lash line and then pulling it upward into my corner to merge it with the top lid. 3/4 of the way over. Drawing that line upward from the corner up. Let me see. Okay, smudge it just a teensy weensy bit. Let me get some bottom mascara on. This is a really whopper wand. This is Lash Domination. This is a big old wand to do your bottom lashes, so I'll be right back. Done. Every time I do my bottom lashes, it just reminds me of one more reason why I can't stand doing them. I just don't have that many, and they are just so tiny that I just have to work it with a wand, and then afterwards I have to work it like crazy with my fingernail or a lash brush to try to separate them, and anyways, okay. There we go. Okay, there's the full eyes. I did a review on my foundation that I'm using, which is the Pure CC Correcting Foundation by Pure Minerals, and it's very dewy. I did it a couple of hours ago, and I'll link that video below in case you're interested in checking that one out. I will finish up my review on it tonight, but yeah, I'm a little shiny still, so I'm trying to look at my eyes and all I see is shine for that luscious dewy complexion that, that I like a touch of, but this is a little bit much. So anyways, okay, back to the palette. Beautiful. Wonderfully formulated. The colors are stunning. Just lift my glasses up and let me show you, or take them off and I'll let you show. Let's show you again. See if you can see that beautiful gold right in the center. So warm and just brightening. I love a shadow that will brighten my lid, and I don't have eye primer on, so I'll be testing out and seeing how these last. I am expecting them to not crease and to not fade away because they are a matte quality. So, well, they are MAC quality. Not a MAC, but the MAC. So, alright, I'm very happy with this palette. I actually like the underneath, even, you know, once in a while, I kind of flap my little wings and go all crazy. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that if you have this, you are enjoying it too. Please don't forget to subscribe and to share my channel, or give me that, you know, that funky little thumbs up thing down underneath. And I will also link the foundation video down there. So I think that's it. But anyways, okay, yeah, I have to get ready to go out, and I'm happy with this, so I don't have to redo or wipe off or anything else. So, okay, take care, have a great day, and I will see you guys soon. See you guys the next time.